problems. You don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and this rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah. In the feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Houston Texans and our home team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Now it's the former Texan. This is Alfred Blue. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Running, it's Drake, and he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Here's Foles. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to look deep in zone for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Watson now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
It's set. 19. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
A first down carry now for Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Where's the tap? 19!
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Miller. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
On 1st and 10, Watson stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Texans 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. the gun. Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Oh, this one is no good. Fairbairn hangs it out to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
They'll start the drive with Drake. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Blue. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well,
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Benardrick McKinney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, the return is Jones. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there.
Absolutely.
Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Here's Watson, option left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the first-round pick, number 23 overall, Titus Howard. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo? And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Angelo Blackson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
And we go 37's to Mike. Mike 37. I'm scared. Switch. Back.
Now Foles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
Got a moot point there as they were able to connect. Open man is Westbrook, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. They'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
He's telling right here. Tell him to run. Tell him to run.
Foles.
I got two.
He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Foles going to come up now, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
13. Undercut.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a first down throw. Watson going deep for Hopkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Be alert. Right there in the middle, 55. Check. What we got? SOS. Purple 64.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running for the shotgun with Dre. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because...
It got his man complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Watson with a give to Miller. And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Watson operating from the gun. He's got Fuller. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now Watson going to sneak it, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
Watson, option left, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 19-yard line.
19! In your face.
Back to throw, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Watson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. No.
2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Move those chains. That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let him know. Let him know.
On 1st down, Drake, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We own them. Under.
2nd and 9 now. Forced out to his left. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. Nice, sweetheart. Switch. Go.
Now back to throw. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're going to try and throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
That's good for another Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Going underneath here, the tight end DeValve. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
11 more yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Drake. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Foles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead is down to a field goal. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Foles now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Drake. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Foles. Open man right side is Sharp. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right, Drake. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Set. 180. I got it. Double time. Four down. All of it. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On 1st down, it's Blue. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alfred Blue. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Check back. I got you.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Right back to Drake. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Easy. Mike 37. I'm here all day.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go. Do it.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Hey, here we go. I got you. Here we go.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they